So, Barbara, we were just talking, you are from, or you now live in Grand Junction, Colorado.
I do.
What's life like there?
You know, I just love Grand Junction. It is a wonderful city. It's a big, small town, we like to call it. You will go down the street and see people you meet or you know, and meet new people all the time. It amazes me. I go to the airport and we have 6 gates, right? It's not exactly a great big airport, but I won't know anybody in there. And it's amazing to me how many people we have coming in and out, and then how many I know. And it's just a really great place to live.
So how long and how did you end up in the financial business?
So I am a recovering CPA. I graduated with an accounting degree, went and did taxes for 10 years, and saw my clients weren't doing retirement planning, and I was wondering why that was. So back in the early 90s, I started looking and found this financial services industry, which thankfully has grown up and has become a really practical and useful piece of the people's planning. You know, people end up with buckets of money and frequently go, okay, I got all this money, what do I do now? And I was able to use that accounting background, I kind of think linearly, and help them put a plan together so that they can know that they're not going to run out of money in retirement.
And that's got to be a really satisfying part of what you do.
It really is. I tell people that it's not about your money, it's about your life. And how are we going to build a plan that helps you do what you want to do in retirement? I, of course, don't like to talk about retirement. I like to talk about refiring, not retiring, because what are you going to do next? You just don't want to go sit in the chair, but you might need finances and resources to be able to do what you want to do next.
That's all about the bucket list, right?
It sure is.
And that's got to be fun, too, to be able to help folks, you know, put that bucket list together, and then when they come back, you hear the stories.
Absolutely. You know, the plans that we use, the program we use is a goals-based program. So what really do you want to do in retirement? I find the first 10 years of retirement, people want to play more than they will later, and they want to know, can I? Can I play? And we're able to help them see, yes, you can go do some of these things while you can and be able to enjoy and have that bucket list get checked off.
That's nice, right?
Yes.
So tell me, family, kids?
Yeah, so I have 2 children. My children are 21 and 23, so almost out of college.
Almost.
We're getting there. And my husband used to work with me in the business. So my husband is a facilitator with Clemmer & Associates, and we work together. We use it. The Clemmer is a personal development company, so we're both personal coaches. And so I'm able to use that personal coaching in my business, but also in just helping people with their individual life decisions.
That's a fantastic combination.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard that. That's really cool.
It really is. And so I'm not always helping people just with their money.
Yeah.
I'm helping people with, what do I do about this? And, you know, how do I get regrouped? I'm kind of know a few people. I was the mayor of Grand Junction last year.
Oh, that's
so
wonderful.
it's when people come to me and say, how can I get involved? What can I get involved with? And I get to help them figure out what's important to them and be able to plug in somewhere in the community and be able to give back.
So when they come to you and you're putting their retirement together, they say, okay, when I retire, I don't want to just sit in a chair like you said.
Exactly.
And you can kind of send them different directions.
Absolutely.
Because there's always a need for, I mean, whatever desire someone has to do, there's a need for.
Absolutely. And I like being that resource to be able to help, go talk to Joe or go talk to Mary and see if that's a fit. If it's not, let me know and we'll get you plugged in somewhere else. But I don't know, but if you talk to Joe or Mary, I think they'll know.
I like it. So the mayor, that's an interesting jaunt, little
It
diversion.
was. So 5.5 years ago, actually 6 years ago in this now, I was approached because there was a vacated seat on our city council. And so I put my name in the hat and I was selected. So I served 5.5 years on council, and in 2018-19, I was the mayor of Grand Junction.
Very fun. So that has to be a satisfying thing as well, being involved in that community, being that involved.
It is. You know, one of the interesting things about council is that people don't always realize. Council is kind of like your board of directors. They're a policy-setting board, so they set the policy that then the city manager and staff implement. And so when you think about it at that level, you're can be setting policy that will be effect the next 20, 30, 50 years. And being mindful about the long term is really important. And my work as an advisor really helped me in thinking about unintended consequences, thinking about what does this look like 10 and 20 years from now? What are we dealing with today that we really wish they had thought about the longer term, and how do we not duplicate that?
Wow. What a vision. That's really, really cool.
And I will say that because of what I do, it's the same thing I do for individuals. I'm looking at when they're 70, 80, 90 years old, right? The biggest one I get is, oh, I'm not going to live that long. Really? Okay. I can appreciate that you don't think you're going to live that long, but I'm not going to plan that way, because I don't want you coming back to my office, whoever is working in the office at that point, and saying, I'm still here.
Exactly. So Barbara, do you have a typical day?
It depends on the day. We have days that we do planning, and we have days that we meet with clients. So we try to break it up, because a plan is really important, and I want to be able to put my time and thought into a plan. So some of my days I'm actually spending working on people's plans and putting a lot of time and thought in, quite frankly, trying to break them. How does this plan break? What makes it fall apart? And knowing where the guardrails are, right? Mm-hmm. So we want to know, where are we having to stay? And then there's the days I'm meeting with clients, and we're getting to go over those plans. And it all starts typically with a workshop or something like that, way for them to get to know me. They may watch my videos and get to know my philosophy, because it's really important, I think, that when you choose an advisor, that you understand and agree with their philosophy. There's lots of ways to do this, but you want to find someone that you agree with their philosophy, because it's going to hopefully be a really long journey.
So the clients that you have, so have you had clients that you've started and now they're into retirement and beyond?
Oh, absolutely. And unfortunately, we've had some that have now moved on. Mm-hmm. Our oldest client, 93, he passed away last year, and then his wife followed about a year and a half later. And that we've helped, we've helped all the way through the meeting them in planning stage, all the way through, and have helped finally settle that estate and just finished that. Yeah. So helping through that journey, making those decisions. We had the discussion about long-term care. What's the biggest challenge is people go, oh, well, I'm not ever going to need long-term care. But if you do, who's going to have the discussion? It's like taking the car keys away, right?
Yeah, oh gosh, yes.
Kids don't want to have that discussion, so we help facilitate those kinds of discussions.
Wow, that's fantastic. Is there anything else you want to touch on that we haven't talked about?
No, I think we're good. I think it's such an important opportunity for individuals and couples to be able to create a plan that is a vision for them. They get to look at, what do I really want to do? What do I want to accomplish? And get someone like me to help them plan the money part of it, but not just the money part, right?
Right.
It's about, how do I feel about my plan, and do I feel like it's solid, and do I know that I'm going to be okay, and my spouse is going to be okay.
That's great, Barbara. Thanks much. I appreciate you hanging out today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.